What up, what up, what up? This is your boy Agree to Disagree, and I'm coming at you again with another video review. The video that we are highlighting today was sent to me by a friend, and I thought it was very intriguing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to break this one down.
I swear, man, I wish all these independent women who are out making their own money and don't need no man, I wish they come out and say more stuff. Because apparently on all these goddamn podcasts and from all these high-valued men, they're saying y'all will never find a man and y'all are unhappy. Let me tell you something about independent women with their own money. They are out having a fucking blast. Fucking social media had you thinking it's rich women out here crying because they ain't got no kids. No, they on a boat. They out here shaking their ass, starting businesses right after a fucking Zoom call. They the rich aunt that come to the family gathering and they rile your kids up and then leave. That's probably the only thing I don't like about them. You just gonna get my child all hyped up and shit, give him some money and then walk the off and leave. You see them every day on your timeline. They just wake up on a Monday and post a video on the beach and shit. They have like a different sense of self and they realize they don't have to live how you tell them to.
Absolutely. These women can live however they want to, and they don't have to live by anyone else's standards. However, my issue with this message that feminists and my pandering brother here like to push is that they are somehow conflating that money equals happiness. That if women pass up on long-lasting relationships and family, they'll be better off. Let me tell you something about money. Money only solves the issue of not having money. All the other issues that money can't buy, those are still there, and you will have to deal with that. Studies have even shown that although the absence of money can make you miserable, once you make enough money to meet all of your basic needs, your happiness does not increase with your income. Going on fancy vacations is great, but who cares about a memorable vacation if you don't have anyone to share those memories with? And don't get me wrong, being an independent single woman who can take care of herself is great and all, but you know what independence is? It's lonely. He says social media will have you thinking rich single women are out here crying, when actually it's the opposite. These women spend all day posting Fendi bags, nice cars, fancy trips, just looking like they're having the time of their life. But then they get home to their big fancy house and they're all alone. There's no one to talk to, no one to comfort them, no one to hold them. They have all these riches, but no one to share it with. But how many of these single independent women are going to post online when they're at home, depressed and lonely? But if I get married and have kids, I won't be able to travel and have nice things. You know, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Come here. And this is groundbreaking stuff here. Married women with kids can travel and have nice things too.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
And hell, if you got a husband with some money, he might even pay for the whole trip. So who's really winning here? The woman who didn't have to pay for anything, or the single independent woman who had to spend her own hard-earned money? I know who I'm picking. And even if your husband can't afford to pay for trips by himself, you guys are splitting the expenses. So you're still saving money. Two heads will always be better than one. But if you want to prove that you can do it by yourself, by all means, sis, you got it.
And they don't need no fucking soulmate or a husband telling them what to do because everybody around them serves their soul. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Get your money, man.
And this part is just gold. They don't need a husband or a soulmate because they're just there to tell them what to do. I mean, what else could a soulmate or a husband be good for besides bossing their woman around? I mean, I don't know. I suppose they may be good for friendship, companionship, love, security, intimacy. I'm just spitballing here. And this is where people like him completely lose me. You have to make these wild leaps in judgment just to make being single with no kids seem like the greatest thing ever. And oh, if you have a husband and kids, oh, well, they're just a burden. My guy, you can make your point without taking subtle jabs at soulmates and husbands. And before y'all attack me in the comments, I know marriage and kids is not for everyone, but it's in our nature to procreate. Roughly 80% of women will go on to have kids, and the vast majority of them are happy for it. We need to stop this narrative that being a loving wife and mother is somehow a bad thing. It's a good thing that there's no women who choose career over family, and don't later on regret it. Oh wait, there are.
Well, I made my 40 already, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with saying my age because I don't look my age, and I
Nope.
think it's definitely a mentality thing. Although biologically, inside my ovaries ain't, they like, yo, 40.
Right.
But I feel like I had more anxiety turning 38 and 39 because of like the stipulations and like the whole, oh my God, what am I doing? The baby thing, So definitely at 38 was kind of like a mental almost breakdown. Like I was like, oh God, like I don't have any kids. Like if you're already in your 30s, your mid 30s, your early 30s, if you do want to eventually have children, do look into the investment of freezing your eggs. I should have done it way earlier. I'm in the process of doing that.
Are you currently doing that?
Well, I've started the process,
Okay.
of doing it.
I feel like
It's
I wanna
not
do that.
easy. It's definitely something that is very, very realistic and that women should really, really do.
But,
and it's not an easy process at all. Egg
No.
retrieval, you having to shoot women, we handle so much. Like I saw a video on Instagram of a woman carrying her 3 triplets, all of them up the stairs, 2 carriages here, 1 here, and just, we are
Wow.
super women at the end of the day. Women do so much, but the process of having to freeze your eggs and do the egg retrieval and taking the shots and this, it's not comfy.
And for those who don't know, this is Roxy from 106 in Park. She's now 40 years old, which means she's in that high-risk pregnancy range. And now, in order to ensure that she has kids, she has to resort to freezing her eggs. Star athlete Lolo Jones went through something similar not too long ago.
I really want a family. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of stress on me right now.
I know it's all you've got to just be strong.
I may have to mute this for copyright.
And it's a fight just to keep it together. I know you think that you were too far.
Blood work came back normal, hormone levels are normal, so we're gonna proceed
Hope is never
with
lost.
the process of
Hope is never
building
lost.
these eggs.
Hold on,
I did a double injection.
don't let
Mm.
go.
I actually have another injection.
Hey, hold on, don't let go.
Lolo Jones is a very accomplished athlete, 11-time All-American, 6-time SEC champion, and she competed in the Olympics. But here she is, bawling her eyes out on the internet for the whole world to see because she chose career over family. And now she's having regrets and she has to resort to freezing her eggs. And if we stop pushing this narrative that having a career is the only way to find happiness, maybe she wouldn't have to go through this. And keep in mind, freezing your eggs is not a sure thing. As you can see, it's a very tough process. And on top of that, it's very, very expensive. So you can end up spending tens of thousands of dollars and still end up not being able to carry to term. No woman should have to go through this. And we can talk about adoption, but based on the statistics that I've seen on single parent households, I think it's best that kids are adopted by a 2-parent household, but that's a whole nother discussion.
I am spinning the block and coming back to who I started out, who I truly am, and not letting something that I thought was a good life make me forget what the good life was to me, because this ain't it. This ain't the good life to me. This is hell. This is hell. You're gonna start realizing you ain't do this for you. You did this to post. You ain't do this for your family. You did this for Instagram. You didn't do this for your kids. You did this to You did this to flex.
That's multimillionaire Super Scent. She says that she's gonna go back to the basics of living. She's all the way up. She accomplished all the goals that she set out for herself. She has a really big mansion, 5 cars. She can afford to take any trip. She can afford to buy anything that she ever wanted. But she came to a realization and she shared it with her followers. She realized that all of that did not make her happy. She was more happy in her 2-bedroom apartment as opposed to her $2.6 million mansion.
It was my first time voicing this. I've been thinking about it this whole year, but it was my first time actually voicing this last night, and it kind of had me emotional, so it really made me realize when I was my most happiest when it came to living arrangement, right? So I realized about myself in 2021 that a video came across my time hop when I was living in Jackson Landing, and I was in my kitchen. It was a little small kitchen. It was like a little, kind of like one of them little shotgun kitchens where only 2 people could fit, and y'all had to be like next to each other. Y'all can't be, you know, in front, this, that, and all, because it was real small. So I used to cook and stuff in the kitchen, whatever. Anyway, saying that to say, if I could have took that 2-bedroom apartment and put it in a different location, I think I still would have been happy. That's what I think. I think the where it was located, I didn't like. It was located in the hood. I didn't like it. But if it was placed somewhere else, I probably would have been just as happy.
So yeah, she's saying that she was much more happy with more modesty. Now, she's not saying that she wanted to go back to the hood. She's saying that she would have been happy if she was in a 2-bedroom in a decent area. What she's realizing is what she's been looking for all this time, it wasn't what it was all cracked up to be. She didn't find that out until she got there. The biggest realization is that money cannot make you happy.
And that's just it, bro. Money can't make you happy. So stop peddling these fantasies that single independent women are out here just living their best lives. And I'm not trying to say that all of them are miserable, but no one wants to go through life alone. Some of the most depressed women are women making 6 figures, over 40, and single. And this is not to talk down on those women. This is to highlight the realities of the situation and to use this information as a word of caution. You may never want a family. Cool. But you want to make sure you are 100% certain, because as a woman, your biological clock is ticking. And sure, not everyone who's married is happy, but that doesn't mean you should give up on finding love. And if every relationship that you've been in is so toxic where you just decided I'm going to be single and independent forever, then ma'am, I strongly suggest that you look inward and do some self-reflection. You think independence is strength, but real strength is recognizing your weaknesses and understanding that you need someone with you. We all do. We were never meant to roam this earth alone. I'm sure I done pissed off my female viewers on this one, but hey, let me know what you thought of the video. What points did you agree with? What points did you disagree with? Leave your comments below and let me know what you thought. And if you got anything out this video, subscribe and hit that like button. This is Agree to Disagree. I'm out.